Hello, today I'm going to be organising my April TBR and I'm very excited to see what I'm going to get to read next month. So I have over 400 books on my physical TBR, and while I am a mood reader, it is also very overwhelming to pick what to read because I want to read so many of the ones I've got. I have been on a book buying ban since end of January and I'm doing it so far, if you don't count BookBox, because I can't unsubscribe from that because otherwise I'll have to go on a waitlist again, and so I'm not counting that. Apart from that, I have been doing well on my book buying plan. So for my monthly TBRs recently, I have been using this little basket full of all the books I have on my TBR. Don't believe it includes my Charles Dickens books, just because I never got around to writing them. Here's the paper that I was going to write them on. But other than those, I'm pretty sure every single book is in there. And then series, it's just like the first book or the book that I'm on if I have started them. Here's my whiteboard that I wrote my TBR on, just because I like being able to cross off the book as I finish it. There's like a little sense of accomplishment each time I finish the book. So while I will be using this to pick out most of the books I'll be reading, because I actually have no idea what I'm in the mood for this month, I do have a couple that I have picked myself. So I am going to be finishing Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. So far I am nearly halfway, pretty much halfway. I'm that far through it. I am enjoying it, so I'm going to be finishing that, because I don't think I'm going to finish that this month. I do still have a couple days, but I don't think I'll finish it. And then I'm going to be reading, well, maybe, it'll be on the TBR anyway, Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. I hope I said that right. I really enjoyed Convenience Store Woman by her, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy this, though I've heard this is much more disturbing. Convenience Store Woman was like a nice little book about a woman who works in a convenience store, and I gave it 5 stars. However, this is apparently very disturbing, but I'm very interested. I don't really know anything about it, but if it's by her, I'm gonna read it, so okay. And then next one I picked out is Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Webber, because I did pre-order the second one before I went on my book buying ban, so I kind of want to read it before I get that one, which I think is coming out end of this month or mid this month. And I've heard just good things about this, and I think I will really enjoy it. And then a classic, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. The only Charles Dickens I've read is A Christmas Carol, which I read last year. He just scares me. But I randomly picked this up the other day, and I opened it to a random page, and there was this section, this paragraph, and I read it, and now I want to read it. Let me read you it. You will get me out of your thoughts in a week. Out of my thoughts, you are part of my existence, part of myself. You have been in every line I have ever read since I first came here, the rough common boy whose poor heart you wounded even then. You have been in every prospect I have ever seen since, on the river, on the sails of the ships, on the marshes, in the clouds, in the light, in the darkness, in the wind, in the woods, in the sea, in the streets. You have been the embodiment of every graceful fancy that my mind has ever become acquainted with. The stones of which the strongest London buildings are made are not more real, or more impossible to be displaced by your hands, than your presence and influence have been to me, there and everywhere, and will be. Estella, to the last hour of my life, you cannot choose but remain part of my character, part of the little good in me, part of the evil. But in this separation I associate you only with the good, and I will faithfully hold you to that always, for you must have done me far more good than harm. Let me feel now what sharp distress I may. Oh, God bless, God forgive you. I just love it. I love it. So now I really want to read it. I am a quotes will drag me into the book kind of person, and that did. And it's Great Expectations. I have high expectations. That was bad, I'm sorry, but I do. I've heard so many good things about this, and I really want to get into reading more of my classics this year, because I have a poster that is like 100 greatest classics, and this is on there, so that'd be a good one to mark off. So with those 4 that I've picked, I'm going to pick 6 more out of here. I'm not going to read 10 books in a month, but I like to have options because, as I said, I am a mood reader, and that way I have lots of different ones to pick from and I'm not like so restricted. I just like having a smaller list of options than my 400 plus physical TBR. That's the idea of this anyway. So I'm gonna put those 4 in my top of my TBR cut, so they're ready. One fell, that's okay. And actually I need to write them on here. No, I don't want red. I used to write in blue, but that ran out, so now I write in green. First one, not looking, let's go. If I just pick out all classics, one in here that I'm really trying to avoid is War and Peace. If I pick that out, I'm probably not going to read it, I'm not going to lie. Okay, I've got one. I'll show it there first. What does that say? 3096 Days. This is a non-fiction book that I have had for a while. I got it after watching the film made, is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix. It was really good. It's based on a true story of a girl who got abducted and she managed to escape, and I actually really want to read that book, so that's a good one. I'm happy with that. 3096 Days. 3096 Days by Natasha Kampusch. Read it. That I think that's how I pronounce it. Yeah, on 2nd of March 1998, 10-year-old Natasha Kampusch was snatched off a street in Vienna by a stranger and bundled into a white van. Hours later, she was lying on cold cellar floor, rolled up in a blanket. When she emerged from captivity in 2006, having endured one of the longest abductions in recent history, her child had gone. In 3096 Days, Natasha tells her story for the first time, her difficult childhood, what exactly happened on the fateful morning when she was on her way to school, her long imprisonment in a 5-square-meter dungeon, and the physical and mental abuse she suffered from her abductor, Wolfgang Pricklapil, who committed suicide by throwing himself under a train on the day she managed to make her escape. It's quite short as well, so... Short, I turned American. It's quite short as well, so... I think this is going to be good. So we have a non-fiction. That's actually good because I want to try reading more non-fiction this year as well, so I've got a classic and a non-fiction on April TBR. Both genres I want to try and read more of, so that's a good start, I would say. Again, please don't be War and Peace. Is it upside down? I think it's upside down. The Essex Serpent. I don't know a lot about that. I got it because Tom Hiddleston stars in the show, which I haven't seen yet. Let me get the book and I'll be able to say more. I'm back. Okay, so I have this cover. London, 1893. When Cora Seaborn's husband dies, she steps into her new life as a widow with as much relief as sadness. Retreating to the countryside with her son, she encounters rumours of the Essex Serpent, a creature of folklore said to return to roam the marshes. I love folklore. Okay, I'm actually excited for this now. I hope it's good. That's all I can say. Let's write it on the whiteboard. The Essex Serpent. So that'll be a fantasy. Yeah. So far, mix of genres. That's good, I like that. In my TBR cart. Okay, next book. How am I picked 2 so far. Okay. Oh no, I can see. Oh, okay, I thought it was a William Shakespeare one. DC graphic novel. I want to read more graphic novels. So, there's quite a few of them, so I just put that in there and I'll put it back in here and just keep picking whatever one each time, just because writing them all out was going to get tedious. So a DC graphic novel. I will go through those and pick one after I've picked out my other books, just because I need to pull them out and pick which one I will want to read. because I could do it in order, but they're not actually like follow-ons, so I'll just pick one that I'm most interested in. Oh, it's raining. Pretty. That's 3. Okay, another one. Give it a shake, because that's definitely a mix so far, which I'm happy with. Okay. What's that? This one. The Ones We Burn. This is a fairy loot book, I believe, which I need to read my fairy loot books actually, because I keep getting one a month and I've only read like 3 of the 13, 14 I have. So that's a good pick. I think it's this one. Yeah. It is that one. I was right. It's quite a pretty edition. I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. Got an art print in there though, that's pretty. It does look good. It looks pretty interesting. Ranka is tired of death. Now she just wants to be left alone, living out her days in the wild north with the coven that raised her, attempting to forget the horrors of her past. But when she is named Bloodwyn, the next treaty bride to the human kingdom of Isidal, her coven sends her south with a single directive: kill the prince. Easy enough for a blood witch whose magic compels her to kill. So I'm guessing maybe it'll be an enemies to lovers, which is one of my favourite tropes, so maybe I'll enjoy it. Okay, let's go. Another one. I want a contemporary romance now, because I've got a couple of fantasy, got non-fiction, graphic novel. Everything's is a contemporary, but I want like a little cute romance. What is that? Rebel Rose. It's another fantasy, which is fine. I love fantasy, my favourite genre. This is the first one in the Queen's Cancel series. Okay, Rebel Rose. It's a Disney book, so hopefully that means it's good. Do you love Disney? I believe, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love retellings, so hopefully that'll be good. 1789, and France is on the brink of revolution. Belle has broken the Enchantress's curse, restoring the Beast to his human form and bringing life back to their castle in the Principality of Avion. But in Paris, the fires of change are burning, and it's only a matter of time before the rebellion arrives on their doorstep. Okay, so it's like after Belle has broke the curse. Interesting. That's 9 already. I only have one more pick to go. That's sad. I love picking out books for the month. It's so fun. Am I sad? Maybe. Okay, last one. I don't know what I want. I did want a romance. Maybe if I don't pick a romance, I'll just pick one out myself. I didn't pick one out because I was hoping I'd pick one out for here. I didn't look, I swear. I can't open it. What is that? See Me? What is that? I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to... I do know what that is. I believe that's a book my sister gave me. I believe it's a Nicholas Sparks novel. I've never read Nicholas Sparks, but it's romance. And I swear I did not look. Let me go get it again. That's out there. I was right. It is the Nicholas Sparks one. I've got The Notebook, but I've never read it, which I think is a more well-known one. This is quite a thick one, so I don't know. I don't know anything about this one, to be honest. I don't know if it's rated higher or lower than The Notebook. I know nothing about it. Hopefully it's good. At 28, he's focused on getting his teaching degree and avoiding all the places and people that proved so destructive in his past. The last thing he's looking for is a serious relationship, but when he crosses paths with Maria Sanchez, one rain-swept night, his carefully structured life is turned upside down. Before the couple has a chance to envision a life together, menacing reminders from events in Maria's past start to surface, and as the threat of violence begins to shadow every step, she and Colin will push to breaking point. Maybe? I can hear my dog outside. Maybe I'll love it, who knows. That's the last pick for my TBR. So this is a TBR that's quite a few that I wouldn't have necessarily picked out for myself, which is kind of the aim of doing it like this, because I'm trying to get through all of my books. So this is an interesting mix. A couple fantasy, a classic, kind of a non-fiction, graphic novel, a couple of romance. Should I do another? I might do another. I've got so much room on the bottom, you know? Like, there's such a waste of space. I'm gonna... 11 books to pick from is not as overwhelming as 400, so it's just one more. I'm just gonna see what I get. It's just fun. I just love doing it. If it's one I don't want to read, I'm going to pretend it's never happened. Swing Time. What the heck is that? I actually have no idea what that is. Is it a historical fiction? No. Swing Time. I don't think I've heard of that book in my life. Zadie Smith. Swing Time. Yeah, I still have no idea what this is about. I wanted to read Zadie Smith for a while, so I picked up a couple of her books from the shop near me, not knowing anything about them, just knowing that I wanted to read the author. You know what? I think I actually might read this month. I actually do really want to read this. I don't know what it's about. Let me tell you. How do we become who we are? Can we ever truly escape our origins? Must we dance to the music of our time? Set in London, New York, and West Africa, Swing Time is about two brown girls from Williston who dream of being dancers. Only one, Tracy, has the talent, but the other has ideas which take her further than she could ever have imagined. It is a story of finding happiness in the meanest of places and feeling sad when all around you are happy. It's about the choices we make and the choices made for us. Above all, it's a tale of the friendships that anchor us, define us, and change us forever. That sounds so cute. Okay. I'm definitely going to add this to my TBR. I'm actually very excited for that. I actually just remembered there's a book that I need to put on there. So it's going to be 12. My friend lent me, a family friend, lent me a book last August and I still haven't read it. So I put it on last month's TBR to read, didn't read it. So I'm going to put it on this month's TBR. I'm really going to try and read it because I need to return it. And the book is House Rules by Jodi Picoult. I've never read a Jodi Picoult before, but all of them in that family said that it was really, really good and they think that I would love it and that I should read it. It says, when Emma Hunt's son is diagnosed with Asperger's, she knows she will do anything to help him. She expects other people not to understand. She expects the stares and whispers. She even expects trouble with the police. But she doesn't expect Jacob to be charged with murder. And when all the hallmarks of your son's condition, his tics, his inappropriate actions, his inability to look you in the eye, can be read as guilt, when you cannot put your hand on your heart and swear he is innocent, how can you help your child then? House Rules. I'm telling you now, I'm going to read about 3 of these. But it's nice to have options. I can't get the lid on. That's my TBR. To the top of my book cart where I'm going to put my April TBR. As you can see, there is a couple things that's just book sleeves and this book that I used to draw little quote pages in. There's about 3 in there. That did not last long. So first, things we never got over. In the middle of reading that, so I'm going to put it at the start. Then we've got The Essex Serpent. Just to recap, 3096 Days, Earthlings, Twin Crowns, House Rules, Great Expectations. Have The Ones We Burn. Ow. Swing Time. See Me? Yeah, See Me. I don't think they're all gonna fit. And Rebel Rose. Scooch him over. They'll fit. Yeah. That's all of them, isn't it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought I had 12. Did I have 12? 11? 3, 5, 6. Oh, because I haven't picked out the DC graphic novel. I forgot about that. So that is all of them other than the DC graphic novel, which I'm now going to go pick out. You must want to play ball. Is my novels. Okay, I picked Batman. Batman's just always been one of my favourite DC characters. Okay, so I'm going to add this to my TBR cart. Put that one. Oh no, it doesn't fit. So I'm going to put that one. I'm just going to slot it in the back, but I know it's there. And that is my April TBR. Yay! That is this month's TBR sorted, or April's TBR month TBR sorted, and you know what, I'm actually pretty happy with it. If you've read any of these, please let me know your opinions of them so I know which ones to go for first, which ones aren't going to be too bad if I miss out on them. I think I'm most excited for Twin Crowns and Great Expectations, and Swing Time sounds good now that I know what it is. Okay, look, I was going through last month's books and there is a book on there that I need to put on my April TBR. I got sent an ARC from Harper 360 YA. I believe it's already out anyway, but I do need to read it and review it. So I do need to put this on my April TBR, which makes it 13 books long. I'm not going to read 13 books, but I do need to read it. So also Play the Game by Charlene Allen is on there too. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you for organising my April TBR with me. Some of these I'm actually very excited to read. Hopefully I have a good month of reading. Main focus, I think, is to get through Great Expectations, just because I've wanted to read a Charles Dickens book for so long and I haven't, other than A Christmas Carol, but that's like so short. Like a full Charles Dickens novel. So I'm actually very excited for that. Goodbye.